Okay gamers, so we're going to be ranking all the Lethal Company monsters and some of the modded ones. So I'm only going to be including the modded enemies that I've actually played against. I'm not going to be including any of the monsters that I don't know, some of them just aren't fun, I didn't put them in my mod pack. Some of them I've put in the mod pack but I haven't experienced yet. These are just the ones that I have experienced, so we're going to get through them all, ranking them based on how fun they are, and also how much they fit the game, stuff like that. Okay, let's get into it. So the first one on the list is these birds, and I think the birds are kind of dog shit. They don't do anything, they're just birds. I mean, they add a bit to the atmosphere, I guess, but that's about it. They're just birds. Next up, the roaming locusts, like these little fly things, also dog shit. They just do nothing. They just do nothing. They just roam around and they vibe, I guess, but still doesn't really add much. Okay, the bees. The bees are kind of fun, and that's because the group that I play with, we are all certified retards.
To be or not to be?
Foi aflito. See, funny thing happened. Are you pushing me? Oh!
Whenever we see a beehive, we made a rule where it's the last thing we'll bring to the ship because of obvious reasons. That rule does not get followed. Your nest is right there! Go in your nest! Go in the nest, it's right there, please! Fuck off! Let's go in the nest!
Someone died trying to get the bee.
I did it! I didn't do it! So, with the bees, when you take the nest, they start chasing you, and then if they don't find the nest, they just fucking kill everything in their path. That is fun. We love that. That is a certified kind of fun moment. But it can be a little bit annoying when you just lose all your scrap because some individual decided to pick up the nest before they were supposed to. Okay, next up these, I don't even know what these are called, they're just birds that make you fly. Like, they're meh. They were fun the first time we saw them, but then after a while they got annoying and then they're just kind of meh. They don't really do that much, if we're being honest. They create some funny moments when they make you fly, but even then they're just kind of loud and annoying. Okay, next up we got the trading bug or the hoarding bug, whatever it's fucking called. It's fun. It's simply fun because it makes the yippee sound with a mod. That is the only, that's all you need to know. It's fun. It's best enemy. That's it. Not biased. The snare flea. The snare flea's meh. It's the most common bug that I see, and it's also one of the more boring bugs, but then again, it's got some funny jump scares. How are you doing? It always manages to get me. It has good counterplay, which is just, you know, hit it with a sign or leave the facility, or just run away from it, either one. I think it's meh. It's not game breaking, but it's fun. Ish. Not really. The Spooder. The Spooder is kind of fun. The way it works is it finds an area and then it just patrols the area, setting down cobwebs and making sure no one passes through. And that's fun until you need to get past it to get to the fucking exit. Ow. Man, this can't be a... Oh no, oh no, oh no. We've had some funny moments though, where we had the dancing spider where it just started dancing.
Just let's focus.
What is it doing? What are you doing? What is it doing? We've had moments where the spider just causes the game to end because we can't get past it, but it's still kind of fun. The slime is lacking. I'm just gonna say it. The slime is a slow moving enemy that slowly kills you and only really is in effect when there's a bunch of stuff chasing you. Don't push me into it. You just wait.
Actually, I'm wondering if the couple are doing.
Uh-oh. It works great in numbers, but on its own it's just lacking and boring if we're being honest. The Lizard. The Lizard is also dog shit. It doesn't do anything. It can't affect the play other than spitting at it, which distorts your vision. It does a tiniest bit of damage if I remember correctly. I don't see them often. It's just they don't impact the game in any way. It's just dog shit. Okay, the Thumper. The Thumper is kind of fun. I think it's on the same level as the Spider in terms of their fun meters. They don't patrol the area, but instead they just run around the map, killing everything they see, and that can be fun, but they can also be a bit annoying. They're kind of hard to avoid. They have a fair amount of health. They always manage to fucking kill me. I don't know. They're just kind of fun. They're all right. The Bracken. The Bracken is fun. This guy is responsible for some of the best jump scares in the game. It's fine. Just because someone has to jump. Oh. The Bracken also has great counterplay. You just have to keep looking behind you and not stare at him for too long. I like the Bracken, he's fun. The Coilhead is also certified fun. This is one of the greatest enemies in the game. When this guy rocks up, you know you are fucked.
Just don't move.
What is it called? It's not gonna see you. Don't move.
Like, it changes the game entirely, and I love that. He has such great counterplay, which is to keep looking at him, kind of like the Weeping Angels. It is so fun to go up against these dudes. The Jester is meh. I think that when the first time you encounter a Jester, it's funny because you don't know what's happening, but then when you know he's just kind of like game breaking until you leave the map, it just becomes meh. Like, whenever you see a Jester, there's no good counterplay really. It's just time to get off the moon, and that's why it's not really fun, but it's not really lacking either. The Ghost Girl is kind of fun. I think that the Ghost Girl is kind of fun the first couple times you encounter her, but then after a while she just starts to become annoying. Like, you just have to try your best not to look at her, and even then, after a while she still chases you, so there isn't really any counterplay. You just have to monitor your stamina and then hope that your team is ready to leave the planet, so it's just kind of fun, but it can cause some funny moments, especially when you're the only one who can see her. The Nutcrackers. The Nutcrackers are kind of fun. I'd say that they're at the top end of kind of fun. I was almost going to put them on fun, but they're not really on the same level as these guys, especially this guy. So that's why it's just kind of fun. They give you a gun, which is cool if you kill him, kind of like a high risk, high reward kind of thing. They patrol the map. They have good counterplay, which is to just stop moving. They can be kind of oppressive when multiple enemies are on the map, but apart from that, they're just really fun. I like them. The Mimics are fun. They are certified fun moments. Whenever a Mimic spawns in or whenever your team puts on the mask, it causes such chaos in the lobby, especially with a mod that removes the arms and the mask, so you can't tell who's a Mimic and who isn't. We also have mods which makes the Mimics a copy of voices, like they record your voice for the game and use a random voice line. They can be really fun when that happens, and they always cause a lot of mayhem. We love that. We love the Mimics. The Butler is lacking. He has counterplay, which is to have more than one person in the room with you. But apart from that, he's just kind of boring. I don't think I've ever felt pressured when there's a butler in the room. I don't think he's ever caused anything that made me feel other than like, oh, that exists. There's a funny mod though that gives him a British accent. You guys should check that out. Okay, so this guy, I've been playing this game so much. I have so many hours in this game, and I have not experienced this guy once. So I'm just gonna put him in dog shit for now because I literally haven't experienced him. Like, he's in the game, I know he's in the game, but I just can't find him anywhere I go. The eyeless dogs are fun. It is fun. All you have to do to counter them is not make sounds, and that is the most difficult thing for everyone for some reason. We've had funny moments where they step on a whoopee cushion and make the fart noise, and that angers them, which is always hilarious. When they spawn in the map, you always feel the pressure, but it's just so fun to play against, and that's why they're easily in fun category. The Giants. The Giant, well, the default one, is kind of fun. It's not on the same level as the dogs for me because it doesn't have that much counterplay, which the dogs have. If a giant sees you, unless you can get to the ship or the facility, you're just kind of dead. And that's not exactly fun for me. I mean, if you have a flashbang, you can stun it for a bit, but even then, you're not going to make it very far. Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim is meh. He's not on the same level as any of these guys, but he's also not bad either. I think he can be kind of fun, but he's also, I don't know if they buffed him recently, but he's so fast. It's actually really fucking difficult to get out of his little radius thing. So that's why I'm just going to put him in meh for now. The Baboon Hawks. The Baboon Hawks are lacking. All these guys are just like worse versions of the dog. They attack you in packs and they also try and back off if you have better numbers than them. But apart from that, that's about as much as their creativity ends. They're the most boring outside creatures that are actually hostile, and that's why they're just kind of lacking, you know what I'm saying? The Robo. The Robo is kind of fun. They're really overpowered and they can be kind of annoying when they spawn in multiple packs. But when these guys are activated, the entire game shifts. You need to run back to the ship as quickly as you can, and that is fun. It's fun being timed in that way. But then again, I wish there was just slightly more counterplay towards them. The Fox is dog shit. Delete this character from the game right now. Okay, so now that's all of the generic monsters done from the base game. Now we're moving on to strictly the mods. The Immortal Snail is... I think it's kind of fun. It moves at a very slow pace like the snail. It comes from the infamous question of would you take a certain amount of money but have to constantly run from an immortal snail that will chase you down until you die. It's a fun creative concept. It just blows you up when it touches you, which is quite funny. It also has a funny way of going down the ladders outside, which is also really fun. It's going down the fucking ladder. The Immortal Snail is just a fun enemy, and yeah, it's not really on the same level as these guys. It doesn't change the game that much, but I like having them in the game. I think they offer a lot. Next up, this blurry image that none of you can see and I can't even see, the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon is kind of fun. He makes very accurate noises, and he has two modes where he crawls and then he picks you up and then chases you and then grabs you away. It's all fun, but at the same time, he's a bit buggy at the moment. He gets caught on objects and then there comes to a point where he's just carrying you infinitely because he can't get to where he needs to go. It's a bit of a buggy mod, but I think when they fix it, it can be fun maybe. The Slenderman. The Slenderman is fun. I think he's a bit bugged right now. I don't think he can actually kill you, or at least that's my experience from it. He never actually does any damage when he touches you, but he has so many jump scare abilities. It is so fun. He has terrified both me and my friends multiple times when playing with this mod. Okay, next up, Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Foxy is currently lacking. He has a great player model. He makes terrifying sounds. I love the idea of him spawning on the map and then a massive siren going off. That is a very cool idea. However, when it comes to him actually being threatening and having the potential to kill you, it's just gone. He does not have any fucking aura. Minus 10,000 aura. He cannot kill anything. I don't ever feel in danger whenever this guy's on the map. It's just kind of like, oh, that's cool. Moving on. Okay, next up, the Peepers. The Peepers are just... they're meh. I'm going to put them in meh just because they make cute sounds. But apart from that, they're just kind of boring. They stick onto you, they make sure your weight is added, but that's about it. There's also not that much counterplay apart from just taking damage, but even then, that's not really a viable option most of the time. I think these guys are just meh. But, I mean, they add a little bit to the map, so I'm not going to put them in lacking. Okay, next up, I've forgotten their name, but it's the yellow blob thing that cuddles you and blocks turret damage. I've only encountered this guy once or twice, I'm pretty sure, so I don't have that much of a formed opinion on him, but he's been mess so far. It's a non-hostile enemy that will block turrets from shooting you, and also I believe he heals you a little bit if you feed him or something. Honestly, I don't even know. Like I said, I haven't played with him that much, but so far, he's just meh. Okay, the Shy Guy. The Shy Guy is a certified fun. I love when this guy spawns in because it terrifies everyone. The sounds he makes are truly horrific. I remember there was one time me and Kaya were testing the mods to see if it would work, and the first time we encountered him was terrifying. I wish I was recording it. But he's certified fun. Whenever he spawns in, everyone becomes terrified. Everyone rushes to the exit. We love this guy, and he has great counterplay, which is just not looking at him. So again, he's just really fun. Okay, Skibidi Toilet. Skibidi Toilet is meh. He has when you first see him, he's funny. He has a really catchy tune, you know, Skibidi Toilet, Skibidi Skibidi Fortnite. But apart from that, he's just kind of like a meh character. It's just a jester, but with some counterplay of flushing the toilet, which is why I've put him above... Wait, did I put him above the jester? I can't remember. Wait, no, I haven't. Okay, now it's above the jester. Boom, done. I think he's more fun than the Jester, but yeah, that's it. It's just Skibidi Toilet. Okay, next up we've got the Giant expansion. So there's 2 giants to come with this expansion. There's the big guy and then like the little guy. It's like, well, I like to call him that. The big guy is lacking. He doesn't do anything. All he does is eat the little guy, and then apart from that, the only way he can kill the player is by stepping on them, which most of the time he does by accident. But then I'm not going to put him in dog shit because we had a funny moment where he glitched across the entire map and just no clips. So that's why the reason I'm putting him in lacking. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Then for the little guy, I'm going to put him in kind of fun. It's fun having these guys run around the map chucking people in the air.
No, yes, do your reactor.
And I think he impacts the game in a good way. He has obviously the big guys eat him, so they're not that oppressive. And I think they're kind of fun. They're not exactly on the same level as these gods though. The Rolling Giant, also known in my group as Muhammad. Muhammad is... Oh my god, it's Muhammad. Muhammad. Okay, next up we've got Madflower. So the way this mod works is it spawns in a crewmate that looks kind of almost identical to the average crewmates, but then they kind of just start like gradually becoming more aggressive and attacking you. They'll also mimic some of the sounds, such as the laugh that the mask does. I think that this is a certified fun mod. Like when Madflower spawns in, it is so fun to like try and avoid them. And also try and like reason with them in a way, because you can also have some counterplay where you can kind of reason with them. Maybe they spare you, maybe they don't. Hello.
Hello.
Do I have permission to pass? I have a lot of shit.
No.
It is a fun mod, and that's why I'm putting it right next to the Shy Guy. Okay, Siren Head. Siren Head is lacking. All he does is slowly walk around on like certain moons, and even then he can pick you up and eat you, kind of like the giant, but he's just so slow. It's a cool model, it's a cool idea, but he just needs a bit more to be out of the lacking material. Okay, Herobrine. Herobrine is not... Okay, so it's a really good mod. It adds a lot to the game, but it's just dog shit. He has no counterplay. It's so overpowered. And there's not much you can really do when he spawns in other than just leave the planet or die. He can teleport, he can spawn fire, he has like jump scare effects, he makes Minecraft cave music. It's a cool mod, but it's just overpowered and it doesn't really fit the game. Okay, next up it's this SCP that I've also forgotten the name of, but it's just the fucking shiny naked guy that chases you. It's kind of fun. It's a cool player model. It doesn't really have much other than just chasing. But then again, he's way above all of these guys, so it's just kind of fun. Another SCP which I've forgotten the name of, it's a sleeper guy where you can only see him if you scan. I'm going to put this guy in fun. He has a good counterplay, which is to just not sprint around him, which is quite clever because it goes off his lore of him attacking you in your sleep. Again, you can see he's completely invisible unless you scan him, which is a really cool idea. He's very passive until you're below 20% stamina or something. It's a really fun mod, really cool counterplay and really cool mechanics in the game. Okay, next up is the Mimic. The Mimic is fun. It's a bit broken at the moment because it's kind of hard to tell which doors are the Mimics or not, even if you put colorblind mode on. It doesn't really have that obvious of tells. There's some obvious tells, but some of them aren't. It's kind of hard I wish there was more obvious ways of knowing. But it is so fun tricking your friends into going through a fire exit for the first time and having them be greeted by this. Wait, Kinga, which fire exit is it?
What do you mean?
Like which location? Is it the middle one, left one, right one?
Honey?
Hold on, he waits.
And that's why I'm putting them in certified fun. I think they bring a lot to the game and they actually fit the world of Lethal Company quite well too. Okay, the final enemy is the Moai. What's he coming in the ship? Oh, he comes in the ship! They come in the ship. The Moai is meh. It's not lacking and it's not dog shit. It does offer stuff to the game. And it does have some counterplay. But it does this a really annoying thing where it eats your items. And I don't like that. Any enemy that takes items from your ship, I do not like. Which is also why the Baboon Hawk is down there. I just think that they could have done perhaps just this. But maybe have him just wander around the outside of the map. I don't think he needed all the extra stuff they gave him. And that's all I have to say about him. Okay, this is my list. If you have any different opinions, as usual, you are wrong. And go lick my balls.